When you think about it, the surprise isn't really that they looked incompetent on offense with their third-string quarterback who may have had a hurt thumb. The surprise is that they looked so competent the first 3 games of the season that yesterday they get shut out, and we're sitting there saying, what happened, when we shouldn't be. It's a third-string quarterback with a hurt thumb. This has worked out perfectly for Tom Brady, though, because not only are they still atop the division, 3-1, while he's vacationing nude with his supermodel wife in Rome, but on top of that, he comes back, no quarterback controversy now. He's coming right back in, and they didn't score any points in the last game without him.
Guys, we're ignoring a very big thing that happened here, however. If the Bills had lost this game, we were going to be leading this show off with whether or not Rex Ryan should be fired. The Bills won that game. It is possible they could be 5-2 not too long from now. Everything changed just that fast because Tom Brady was suspended and Jimmy Garoppolo has got a bum shoulder.
Oh, did you see Billy in that game? He was, he hates losing to Rex Ryan.
He really does.
Yeah.
Or he's just like an Apple loyalist. Like, I don't want to hit Control, Alt, Delete again. And then you just do the whole thing down.
That is what it's like to play with your third-string quarterback and a bad thumb.
Is Cam Newton right that he deserved the hit that gave him a concussion?
The Panthers are kind of having one of those pumpkin seasons where all the things we worried about from the team last year, they didn't come up, but they've come up in spades at this point this season. They got smoked by the Falcons, who I refuse to believe are good. But here's a 2-point conversion with the Panthers coming back.
And it's going to be a keeper.
And I think he just thought he had it, except he didn't.
Right.
Number 45 was there, and there appeared to be some cushion.
Yeah, and it's the second time he's done that, and he says his father has told him to stop doing that because he's not paying attention near the goal line. Can we re-examine this for a second, though? Because I don't think anybody deserves a concussion. But I want to see something here that I feel like was lost in this. Cam Newton, obviously, you know how large he is, and we're going to be talking about the concussion. But watch what happens to number 45, who was prepared for this hit. I want you to watch what happens to the guy hitting him and just him. Look, I'm going to tear my own ACL hitting a guy who didn't expect me to hit him.
Yeah,
like, Cam Newton's pretty strong.
Yeah, did they go check him out? Now, Cam said he deserved it because, he wasn't paying attention or whatever. But number 45, I don't know what to say about what he deserved.
I mean,
So you guys are not going to mention the Falcons at all?
I
Julio Jones? Huh? You forgot about Julio Jones?
Julio Jones was pretty large
Yes.
yesterday.
Wait till he finds out Julio's name is Quintaurus.
Yes, it's Quintaurus Jones.
How much blame does Andrew Luck deserve for the cold sorry start?
Oh, early game yesterday that many of you missed. You wake up and you're like, wait a minute, there was football yesterday, or at least something involving Jacksonville and the Colts. Listen to Andrew Luck and his distinctive voice tell you where the blame falls.
Lack of focus, bad ball, it's not on one person, it's on the unit. Sloppy. And it has to be fixed, we know that. You overcome it in some games, you don't in others. We've got to be more professional, I think, in a sense, as players, and understand our role, our job, and do our job. And the positive thing is I think we can. But it's certainly something that has to be fixed. I mean, it's pretty obvious to anybody who watches the game.
He's the star player being paid a lot of money at the most important position, and what's been largely ignored when it involves Andrew Luck, we all thought he was going to get better quickly because of where he came from, because of his acumen, and he hasn't really improved. He's basically been the same quarterback since we've been watching him. He needs to improve in order for them to improve.
I tell you this, though, that right there was a half step from look around. My coach and GM should have been fired at the end of last season. Don't you remember? Because what he's talking about there is systemic failures, and those go on to management levels of things. But for Andrew Luck, this game seemed like he got betrayed by the team as much as any, and the team hasn't done much for him. But there have been other games where he has not been good. He was really good the first game of the season, not so bad this last one. The two in the middle, he wasn't so great. This is a collective failure, but it's an unforgivable one from the Colts. You were going to fire these dudes, and then Irsay got soft.
You know who I feel sorry for? The people in London. They have to keep watching the Jaguars,
And somehow we want the game to catch on over there, but we just keep on sending them the Jaguars.
doesn't matter who plays quarterback for the Broncos.
All right, Trevor Siemian left the field on a cart, but it seems to be not so bad, just a sprained AC joint. Paxton Lynch, who we were told wouldn't be ready to play this year, maybe not even next year, came in, looked halfway decent. But does it matter who plays quarterback for the Broncos? Of course it matters who plays quarterback for them, because if it didn't matter, last year Brock Osweiler would have played in the playoffs and not Peyton Manning. They do need a quarterback to not turn the ball over. We're still talking about a young guy. Let's see how it goes if they have to throw him back out there.
Can we put up the face of Paxton Lynch, please, so that people can see it without a helmet on and see how much it looks like the Buccaneers logo? And the Broncos quarterback play this year has been better than the Broncos quarterback play last year when they won the Super Bowl. Also better for the Broncos on what is becoming a legendary defense. Their secondary has been empirically better this year than it was last year, at least in part because of how strong that pass rush is. All they need is a guy back there who doesn't turn the ball over.
How the are the Rams 3-1?
That's an excellent question. The only one I have today about the Rams. I mean, I felt like yesterday was more about the Cardinals falling apart. Carson Palmer, all of that seems to be over now. I don't like to overreact, but all of a sudden they can't throw the ball long anymore. And I feel like what you're witnessing right now is the decline yesterday more of Arizona than it is the rise of the Rams in a conference where 7 of the teams are 1-3. Keep in mind, 7 of the teams in the NFC are 1-3.
I don't have an answer to this question. Like, I've really spent the better part of the last 24 hours or so trying to figure something out for a question just like this. How are the Rams 3-1? I mean, they have maybe the best defensive player in the league with Walt out and Aaron Donald. That's about as far as it goes. Todd Gurley, great running back. He's not running. Case Keenum, that's their quarterback. They've won 3 games.
He was transparent about things. I tried to talk about the NFC to show I don't know the answer to this question either.
Coming up next on Highly Questionable.
Wait a minute. When did you become the hardcore cynic and I become the soft heart wondering what your problem is?
We're playing football out there. Let's go, 99, on behalf of fat people. Don't be so soft. Let's go.
It is Monday. Time for more football.
Yeah.
Now that Le'Veon Bell is back, is the Steelers' offense completely unstoppable?
Felt so bad for the Chiefs last night. It's one thing to get the brakes beat off you. It's another to get the brakes beat off you. Then a torrential downpour comes. But that's what happened last night. Le'Veon Bell, back from suspension. I mean, he's basically a 6'2", 230-pound Marshall Faulk. The first 8 snaps of the game where he's back, 6 of them he played at wide receiver. They're throwing he and Williams out there in the huddle, and good luck to you to try to figure out what to do with it next. I don't know if they're unstoppable, but I don't have an answer.
I will say that they're not unstoppable, given that the last time I saw them play without Le'Veon Bell, they scored 3 points against Philadelphia and put up the stinker of all stinkers just last weekend. They are stoppable. We've seen them stop the last couple of seasons. What they do that's more fun than anyone in the league is they throw the ball downfield. And how frustrating is it if you're a Chiefs fan yesterday and you're watching again? We got Alex Smith purgatory. Dink, dunk, dink, dunk, dink, dunk. And all they're doing is throwing the 40-yard, 50-yard passes to other guys who are replacing guys who are suspended.
I'd like to speak for all the Steelers fans. I'm not one, but they're like, why are you bringing up old stuff? The question was, now that Le'Veon Bell is back, you out here talking about what they were, but Le'Veon Bell wasn't there.
Last week, they scored 3 points.
Wait, he was at the house.
D'Angelo Williams is pretty good for them. He has been.
Did Deshaun Watson prove he's a better quarterback than Lamar Jackson in Clemson's win on Saturday?
Not really. This game was a huge amount of fun. As Lamar Jackson, a Clemson linebacker, said after the game, that's the best player I've ever played against in my entire life. Keep in mind, Clemson had 6 turnovers.
Really makes it difficult. I'm going to be telling you the truth, you know? I mean, I'm a little bit confused now.
Yeah, because that's what you want from your Heisman voters. Confusion.
Well, he wasn't offering that as analysis. He was just throwing in Bomani's face that he has a Heisman.
Yeah, you know why he's confused? He's 73 years old.
That's right. That's right. And he doesn't know much of anything about college football, but he has a Heisman vote.
Well, I have the vote. That's all
right.
that counts,
That's
you
right.
know?
That's right.
Jalen Waters has been ejected for his hit on Penn State kicker Joey Julius.
Joey Julius, 99 for Penn State. 99 like all the stuff on the value menu. Anyway, here he is. We've seen some of his work before. He's built a little different than your average kicker. He comes to bring the pain, hardcore to the brain. Now here we go in the game against Minnesota. Here comes our man Julius running down the field. In case you're curious, this is a touchback. This is a touchback. That's not what you do on a touchback. Yep, that'll get you ejected. Apparently, they were going at the dude all game long. Minnesota does not find the tackling kicker to be funny at all.
Yeah, but I don't have really an issue with going after the kicker. Probably after the kickoff when the ball's in the end zone, that's not the best look. But once Jiggly guy is cute and getting all the highlights from tackling you, then you go back at him. We're playing football out here. Go after Jiggly guy. Go after him. Let's go, 99. What you got?
You do pick an odd time to say that, though, because the only video we gave you was of the touchback.
That's right.
Come on, he flopped. I was waiting for him to get up and run. He stayed down there. He was the one who made that call, really.
I mean, it did feel floppery, given that he landed, and it couldn't have been that hard of a land. It was cushioned.
Wait a minute. When did you become the hardcore cynic and I become the soft heart wondering what your problem is?
Come on, we're playing football out there. Let's go, 99, on behalf of fat people. Don't be so soft. Let's go.
And as far as real friends, tell all my cousins I love them, even the one that they stole the laptop. You, Daddy, please, no more parties in L.A. Please, baby, no more parties in L.A. Highly questionable is broadcast from the Clevelander Hotel on beautiful South Beach, Miami. Time to play the game that always loved a happy ending. Do you question?
It goes topics and events, and we try not to ask too many questions.
Do you question how this fumble was recovered by Washington?
Okay, the Browns are trailing in the game. There are 9 minutes left. They have the football. Duke Johnson has the football. Now, I talked to Josh Norman on the radio today, and he said he recovered the ball, and he heard the referee said it's his ball. It's Red's ball, and so he let go of the ball. But look at this. This video is incriminating because it doesn't seem or look like that. This should be a first down Cleveland ball. Josh says he's got it, dead ball, but look here, look who's got the ball. Look who's got the ball. I mean, that's crazy. That does not look like Washington has the ball.
So they credited Josh Norman with the fumble recovery here.
That's right, but look at this. What's confusing about this is clearly Duke Johnson has the ball.
They basically pantomimed a fumble, right? Like, is that a drill that they work on? Let's all pretend like it's a fumble. And then the other team isn't pretending like it's a fumble, so obviously it will look as though we recovered it?
Let's be serious, I mean, I'm sure that the Browns would have found a different way of that game out. They always do.
I mean, he's so right about that.
I mean, Cody Kessler did come in and slam the door all by himself.
I mean, he's so right.
Do you question whether Tennessee earned its win over Georgia?
I don't know how Butch Jones didn't die of a heart attack with all the ups and downs of this game. Because, look, losing this one and then getting smoked by Alabama, they got real hot for him, even if they were going to win the division. Look at everything that happened here.
You'll go the rest of your life without seeing a game end this way.
Yeah, that's 15 seconds in the whole game. I don't know what your man 13 was doing.
I don't know what Tennessee was doing. When does a Hail Mary ever look like that? Ever?
Yeah, but hold on. Here's the penalty. Georgia getting the tom-tom. So now they try to kick it short. All right? I mean, 10 seconds left, right? What could possibly happen?
Right. You can't have a game end on 2 Hail Marys. That never happens.
So then that happens. Oh, it wasn't even a Hail Mary. It just turned. It was a touchdown.
Right.
Then that.
Right. Everything goes wrong. Well, not everything. Now is when everything goes wrong.
Georgia put a dude in the game who's about 7'4". Somehow he wound up at the back. That number 7 dude. Yeah. He was supposed to be there to stop anything like that from happening. Like, somehow Tennessee boxed out the entire state of Georgia in the end zone, and there's Butch Jones trying not to die. I don't know what number 3 was doing, where he was looking. I don't know why number 25 was even allowed in the play. I don't have any explanation for anything that's happened here. I watched Tennessee play like 3 different games this year. They do not look like they are good. They are probably going to go 11-1.
They wouldn't have needed the Hail Mary if they had hustled earlier.
Oh, that play at
That's right.
That play at the goal line. That play at the goal line. Yeah.
I forgot about this.
Wide open.
Wow. Did he think he was in?
I mean,
because generally speaking, that's just a bad idea on a football field. I just caught this pass in the seam. Let me chill out for a second. I mean, that's not good. That's got a good way to get hurt.
Yeah, he did not think he was going to get hit. Ouch.
He went flying like the fat kicker.
Oh, man.
Let's leave the fat kicker alone, man. I thought, let's go.
Although he didn't really fly. He dropped like a sack of potatoes.
Do you question what Mike Gundy is doing?
What, other than beating Texas while sporting a ridiculous haircut? Oh, okay, this is their locker room after the game. What did he do while having this bad haircut?
Yeah, that is a bad haircut.
What is that supposed to be? Is he afraid he's going to fall down? I guess I'm afraid he's going to fall down now.
I mean, that's a good hip opener.
He's like, look, I'm going to find the slowest part of the beat, and I'm just going to do this for a couple of seconds. I don't have to do very much. They're impressed I'm even trying.
Can we put Frank Beamer up there, please? Doing, what was he doing? He was dabbing.
He was doing the most.
Let's just do this. Let's call this what it is. Can we just call this what it is?
There we go.
This is making fun of old white people dancing.
No,
That's all
it's
it
not
is.
making fun
Go
of
Beamer,
old white
go
people
Beamer,
dancing.
go Beamer, go. That's it, you're at the man. Go Beamer, there you go. Go,
It's making
go,
fun
go.
of old white people punching themselves in the face.
I think that I know where Gundy learned those moves. There
Oh,
we go.
yeah.
Girl.
Yeah, my father's secret crush.
There we go.
Bang. Here's some Antonio Brown for you. Bang.
There we go.
Bang. Yeah. Look how delighted my father
She's
is.
persistent, too.
Yeah.
Time to play the game that is not very good at sharing. See or no?
Tell us what's on television tonight. He never uses the no card.
You're the only one that uses this stuff anyway.
Where are the cards?
On Animal Planet, Yukon Men.
Yukon Men, Y-U-K-O-N. This is not about Jim Calhoun. This is a father and son, and the son has dropped a chisel into some very cold water. What do we have?
How the hell did you do that? Well, I didn't have the string around my wrist. Yeah, that's what I said.
It's time for him to take responsibility on running the trap line, and we need that chisel so bad. You got to do what you got to do out here, and he needs to learn that lesson.
You're just gonna have to go in there. I don't think so. I think so. My dad lost his mind. Then just take your off, and I'll grab you by the legs. You just reach down there and grab it and pull it out. Hell no. Hell yeah. You'll never forget to put that string on your arm again.
If you start something, you better be ready to finish it.
Let's go. Come on. Get in there. Let's go. Woo.
Ah! Ah! Reminds me of my childhood. Ah! Well, Monty, are you intrigued?
I got a crazy idea, fellas. Why don't you pack up your stuff and move? I feel like if this is like an actual thing that comes up in a rite of passage in life, you live in the wrong place.
Boppy, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very triple. Listen, he didn't go all the way into that hole now. Half of his body was out of that hole, you know. He's a big chicken, that guy, you
see,
know.
my
When
father-
your father
see?
says, you got to go into the hole, you got to go into the hole all the way, no halfway through, buddy. That's it, buddy. You disappointed me.
Yes,
that?
yes. Prove to this man how strong you are via hypothermia.
You thought I was kidding, though, that was my childhood. You thought I was joking. No. No.
That wasn't like in your old days when you were a child. I could have never held you up, you know, when you were inside the water there, you know. I mean, you were too heavy for me. I would have gone with you, you know. That's all the time we have for today. Thank you for watching.
We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.
Gracias. See you mañana.
How much does a new chisel cost, you know? I mean, what is the cost of that thing? Why he has to go into the water to get it, you know? I mean, that father is a cheap guy.
Yeah, he's very
I'm
cheap.
telling you, that guy is real cheap. He's tight with the box, boy. I'm telling you.